So you're trying to get back into Clash of Clans, whether it's for nostalgia, some crazy friend is trying to revive a clan with the boys, or you've heard news about a new update. So after you finish attacking your own base and seeing everything that's been upgraded for you, you can see there's a lot of buttons and a lot of new things. Could be pretty overwhelming. So I'm going to break down every new feature based on release date. Hover over the YouTube video progress bar, you'll see the video chapters. Just skip around if you already know something. So right away, the most recent biggest change is the Clash Anytime update. So I'm clicking this button right here on the bottom left above the attack button, and it brings me to the army page. So right now you can see that my army is trained up, and basically the update made training armies instant and free. In my save recipes page, I can switch between another army instantaneously. So you can see all these wall breakers for this army comes out, and I can attack with this if I wanted to, but if I decide to stop trolling, instantly I switch back and then my regular army comes back. This I think is super helpful for kind of learning new attacks. You can just add in a new army right here. I can add whatever troops that I want. The heroes are very customizable as well. I can even select if I want the warlord on air or ground. I can also pick what clan council troops I want. This is super nice because you can just add a new army, train it up for free, instantaneously try it out, and switch around if you don't like it. So I think this is a super cool feature. In a separate video, I'm going to show one good easy attack strategy for every town hall from like 9 to 15 just to get you guys kind of a good head start. So you might have noticed that there are some things on the heroes, but before we get to that, one of the new buildings introduces the helper hut here. We have 3 kind of helpers, and essentially these guys work once a day, but they're pretty helpful. So this guy can reduce the time of upgrades in your lab. This one can get assigned to an upgrade and basically make it faster. And then this one's pretty cool. The alchemist is able to convert resources. If you have, let's say, too much dark elixir and you want more gold, you can choose to convert. It even gives you a little more. So let's see, I get like a little bit more here. If I upgrade it with gems, I'll get more, but I just want this for now. So there you go, and my gold is successfully converted. Let's see the laboratory assistant in action. Let's say I'm starting a new lab upgrade. From the hut, I can click on the Valkyrie, and then it tells me how much it saves, and I can even click it assign to just keep going. So in the next day when the lab assistant is ready to go again, he's going to be able to just automatically get assigned. The builder's apprentice is also the same thing. You do have to unlock it for gems. Oh shoot, I might have just upgraded it, but that's okay. If I start an upgrade, I can assign the apprentice or just go through here, same thing, assign it, and then it's essentially going to do the same thing, make it go faster. So these 3 guys are super helpful in terms of reducing time, which is a big bottleneck in this game. So in my opinion, it's worth it to use these gems depending on what you think would bring you the most value. I like upgrading the alchemist because, see, if you see here on my main account, my alchemist is level 4. I'm able to convert up to 4 million and I get extra 225,000 out of just doing that for free. So if I'm converting this dark elixir, I get just, you know, it's a lot of value, especially on this account. I pretty much have no more upgrades with Dark Elixir, so it's nice to be able to put Dark Elixir to use. Let's talk about the other structure that was introduced, this Hero Hall. They introduced a new hero called the Minion Prince. I personally haven't found the most uses for this yet. I just like to stick to the OGs, but essentially, since you have 5 heroes, you can switch between them. So if you have 1 hero upgrading, you can actually still use 4 heroes at once. So that's kind of cool. But another thing is that they changed the size of the hero altars. So right here, this is my Barbarian King hero altar. It used to be a 3x3, but now it's a 2x2. So make sure that your bases are updated. A very quick way to get a new base is this website right here, Clash of Clans layouts. I find one that I like, copy it. It'll instantly bring me over into the app. It'll give me a place to plop it down. And then there you go. There's that new design that I grabbed, and it's right here ready for me to go. So you can do that really quickly, get yourself some war bases, make sure the altars, since they're now smaller, you want to make sure that there's no holes in your base. So make sure that that gets updated. So next, this new structure called the blacksmith introduces the biggest change to heroes, and it's the equipments. So essentially these can change what your hero ability does. For example, if I apply this equipment, when I activate the ability, he becomes big like this. And it has like special effects, and there's like a bunch of different equipments. As you upgrade the blacksmith building itself, you'll unlock these like common ones, the blue ones, but the purple ones are epic equipments. You're gonna have to buy them for gems in the trader over here, or there's special events that come with a new released epic equipment. So kind of just look out for those. So these can mix up the way that you use your heroes pretty significantly, and I think they're a good way to change up how you play. But the downside is that to upgrade them, you need ore, those 3 currencies on the bottom. So one way to get ores is through star bonus. As you can see, you don't really get a lot of the purple ore, and then the yellow one is not even to be found because those are only found in certain spots like this. So the trader over here, open that menu, and then you'll see ways to exchange. Don't use gems here. If you want the ore, the best way is to use raid metals, which I'll explain. But basically, you get ore and you upgrade. And so some of the good equipment to look out for. The giant gauntlet's good for the king. The healer puppet is a good common one for the queen. Good because usually your queen is in the middle of the army. And then the magic mirror, in my opinion, is pretty good. It creates distractions and has invis. I don't really use the minion prince, so I don't really know for him, but the eternal tome is obviously the good one. It works the same way as before, and it's, in my opinion, still the best. And the royal champion has a lot of good ones. I personally like the hog rider one because it makes her invisible. And also the electro boots are very common in a lot of strategies. Let's talk a little bit about how to manage these currencies, because at some point it gets very hard to upgrade. The more you upgrade it, the more expensive it gets. The common ones are going to be a lot cheaper because they won't require the yellow starry ore to upgrade. And so you can just get the blue and purple ones from doing star bonuses, and also war wind bonuses will give you ores. The healer ability that, you know, what it used to be, like these two, the barbarian puppet and the rage, is what the king used to do. That combination is still really good and pretty viable itself, so don't stress too much about not having good equipment. So this is also a pretty good common ability. If you activate this, it basically breaks a lot of walls and does some earthquake damage. I think it's actually pretty strong for a common. So at least in every champion, there's like a good, strong common equipment. So you can always have that to use. Again, being in wars is the best way to get ore, but also the raid medals, which I previously mentioned. What are raid medals? Well, raid medals come from the clan capital, which is this guy right here. You tap on here, you're brought to this 3rd village, I guess you can call it. These are all villages that the clan contributes to as a whole. So basically every weekend there's a raid. You do raids, everybody does raids, and then you get this capital coin currency, whatever, and then you use that capital coin currency to basically upgrade shit that's like shared by everybody. Essentially, the takeaway is basically just attack every weekend that it's on, and then at the end of the weekend you will get your raid medals, which then you can come in here to use to trade for either glowy or starry ore, in my opinion, because those are really the bottleneck for upgrading equipment. Raid medals are also good for refilling your clan castle. This button right here, if you press it, you'll be able to fill your clan castle for raid medals. But in my opinion, this way of getting ore is also pretty reliable. Yeah, I mentioned that the clan capital is the 3rd base. The builder base also got a decent upgrade. It's actually split into 2 bases now. It's essentially just like each attack have 2 phases. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really play builder base. I think the only reason I even touched builder base is for this, just a passive income of gems. Always nice to have. And obviously some people like to go for the 6th builder. This comes from just playing the builder base a lot, but the double-based builder base is actually kind of fun, I guess, but it's just something else you can do, but also work towards helping your home village, which I guess is a pretty nice integration. So the last thing I want to talk about is the events. Sometimes they'll have a bunch of different events. These spotlights are essentially a way to, it's almost like another battle pass. Basically, they give some pretty solid rewards, and so it's just another passive way to, you know, collect stuff. You also do get another token, which you can then use in the mini spotlight, which is again in the same spot as the trader. The mini spotlight, you can also use tokens to get assortment of resources. There's no ore, unfortunately, but this is still better than nothing. In these events, you progress by simply just attacking in multiplayer, but it can give these things, which are called snacks. They go into here. So essentially, when you use it, each snack has a different effect, but this one allows you to add reinforcements to your clan castle free of charge, which is pretty helpful, but there's just another small thing that they added. Of course, don't forget that Clan War League medals are also going to be a resource that you can use. Make sure to be playing Clan War Leagues at the start of every month for these medals. I personally still think that the Hammer of Heroes is just the most convenient because I just don't like it when my heroes are down. Having your heroes available all the time will allow you to war more often, which means you can get more ore, which, you know, it just all compounds that way. Here's a summary too long didn't watch. Basically, we got a bunch of new armory recipes, try out new attacks, switch between them instantly and for free. We have new heroes now because we have equipment for them, and you need ores to upgrade them. How do you get ores? You have events that can trade for resources, you can trade with gems, buy equipment with gems, and also raid medals is probably the most consistent. How do you get raid medals? Go into the clan capital, do your weekend raid attacks, and also there's this little helper hut here that is very helpful in terms of reducing time and converting resources. A good way of using gems is either to upgrade your alchemist or the other time savers, and then you can convert more resources if you upgrade it. Another way to use gems is to buy equipment that you missed out on. I personally think the Book of Heroes is also nice because it allows you to be in 24/7 wars, because wars also give you ore, which you need to upgrade equipment in order to try out new different attacks. Pay attention to the events tab. The rolling mini spotlights will give you another little currency you can trade for resources, like I mentioned. But when there's a new equipment, usually there will be an event where you can unlock it for free. Catch my next video for easy attack strategies for every town hall. Thanks for watching, and let me know what I missed.